Let's go. Slaying all these self-proclaimed killers. My rap book, a candy store for dealers. These raw papers burn MCs to cremator. Strike shepherds off top, get the team later. No favors for these begging biddies. That's lick shit. Lick on these like they little pitties. But the apple fell far from the tree there. These northern rappers sound like they sound a freak band. Weak link in my circle, homie, never that. These cold dogs ain't suppressed by this leather cap. Lead the sheep, I'm supposed to lead the sheep to the promised land. Take them where they need to go, like the dollar van. How you rockin' with pump fakers and body bluffers? The realest niggas in the game speaking highly of us. Got that product A1 for the cold mongers. All these throat monsters, sucking faux lobsters. Shit, I got a boatload of raps. Skull and bone bags had a chokehold on traps. Niggas I don't like still approach me with daps. And take a left turn when I roast them with facts. The commandant of competition. Still humble, I'll be honored if you listen. Everybody else on that other shit. I'ma keep it moving on my quest to the mother shit.
All right, welcome everybody to the second episode of the Trifecta. Today I just want to start by congratulating OKC on the playoff, clinching the playoffs. I know a lot of people have a lot to say about the seeding. I don't really care about the seeding. So we're 7th seed. Yes, I'm saying we underachieved, but we're in the tournament. So we're here. It looks like our first round matchup will be the Golden State Warriors. I've been wanting this matchup all year. I think I've loved every matchup this season, with the exception of I think like our third matchup of the season where we went down by like 20 points. But yeah, I love that matchup. And actually, this is like the perfect time. There's no Steph Curry, so it's the perfect time for us to match up with this team. We could be ready for a major upset, man. We might change the whole playing field, man. We may change everything about this playoff matchup. So you guys look out for OKC. That's my squad. So happy for him, man. I'm proud of him. I just hope that Melo comes out of this shooting slump that he's been in. He's been looking pretty bad, man. I was at the game the other night when they played Miami. I just couldn't believe the shots that he was missing, man. He had some good open looks. So hopefully he can find a rhythm within the series. I know it's been a while for him since he's been to the playoffs, but hopefully he can get that done. Secondly, secondly, I want to talk about this MVP race between LeBron James and James Harden. All year, I've been talking smack. I've been talking bad about LeBron, but at the end of the day, you got to respect LeBron's game, and the numbers that he's putting up, they're crazy. These are crazy numbers. This is probably his best season ever. This is one of the worst teams he's played with since his first stint with the Cavaliers. He's doing a pretty good job. But would you say that makes him? Would you give him that edge over James Harden? I wouldn't give him the edge. I believe James Harden, the Houston Rockets, by far the number 1 seed this year. James Harden putting up great numbers, leading the league in scoring. He's up there in assists. He's like top 3 in assists. He's leading the league in scoring. Team is a 1 seed. And he's missed 8 games. LeBron, he's played all 82 games, so I guess that's a nod that gives him the edge in his favor. But we're looking at 1 in the West versus 4th in the East, and that, in my opinion, is not even close. And there's a lot to say about that. Like, regardless of the squad that LeBron has, I'm sorry, the East just isn't that strong. And then with Kyrie missing out and the Toronto Raptors being the Toronto Raptors, which I don't believe they're a legit 1 seed, but that's who they are. That's where they are right now. I think Cleveland should be doing better. I don't care what squad they had to struggle with earlier. They should have been in a better position. But individually, LeBron is definitely having a great year, and this should be a close race all the way to the finish. We'll see what happens in the first round. I expect both teams to advance out of the first round, both Houston and Cleveland. But we'll see the fashion that they do it in. If the Houston can do it in a dominant fashion, then definitely going to give Harden the nod. All right. Another story that happened last night in the NBA was Andre Ingram coming up from the G League. Ingram, I don't really know his story. I'm honestly not even going to pretend like I know his backstory, but I did get to see his highlights from the game last night and hear him speak a little bit on his journey. And I'll tell you what, man, 10 years in the D League / G League. I know plenty of people that would have given up or just like decided to just like pursue a life overseas. But he had a dream, he had a goal, he stuck to it. He knew where he wanted to be, and man, I guess he endured like all of it. I mean, he spoke a little bit on how he thought about giving up. Like after 3-4 years, he thought about giving up, but he pushed through, man. He's 32 years old, and he's pretty much a rookie in the NBA. And 32, that's my age. I'm just so happy for him, man. And I really hope that he can get to play in the league for a number of years before he calls it quits. I'm glad for him. This is great. It's a dream come true, and I guess that his whole story is just like trusting that process, man. He stayed down. He stayed, he was grinding all the way through, and it's just timing, man. Timing. You just gotta put in the work in, and timing, man. You just put in that hard work, and your time will come. So shout out to Andre Ingram. He was signed by the LA Lakers from the South Bay Lakers, I believe, the Lakers G League team. So that's what's up, man. Shout out to him. And, let's all take something from his story. The next story I want to talk about real quick is Philly, man. Philadelphia, that team right there, I'm not going to lie, they grew on me. I saw the talent, but, man, I didn't expect them to, like, come together the way that they did. I like that Philly team, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I think there was a reference to them early in the season, comparing them to young Shaq and Penny. I definitely see the comparisons, and I think that if they're both locked in and they're both healthy, that they'll be tough to beat. I'm actually favoring them over the Cleveland Cavaliers, not because I'm hating on LeBron, but because I feel like they have the size at every position, they have the shooting, they have the youth, they have the talent, like inside outside, they have the talent. And I think it's just all that going up against LeBron James. I feel like that should give Philly the edge. It should give them the favor. And then the win streak that they're on is just like they're putting together their own model of consistency. So it's like coming into the playoffs, we're not gonna be able to look at them and say, can they win games? Like they're putting together this streak. So I just hope that they get into these playoffs and the moment isn't too big for them, that they can stay locked in. And they can keep the same energy and the same momentum and, take it to as far as they can take it. So I'm favoring Philly in the playoffs this year. Obviously, the world has LeBron winning the East because the East does look favorable to him. And, hey, Philly, let's do it, man. I want to see it. I want to see something special. And another thing I want to say about that is there was a conversation that I had regarding Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Talent-wise, like who are they? Where do they rank? I've been saying that people feel like I'm trolling. Like, as if I'm trolling when I say this. I think that Ben Simmons is a top 10 talent in the league. He's a top 10 talent. He hasn't achieved enough or done enough in order to have that ranking. But if you just look at it like across the board, matchup for matchup, by next year, he's pretty much going to be damn near unstoppable. Like right now, I guess he's just like. He's really trying to stay true to that position, that point guard position. But once he realizes that he can have his way with every matchup, look for those 25-point triple-double nights. And it's going to be easy to high percentage triple-double nights. And, he's got a long way to go. He's still mad young. So keep an eye on him. And then we're talking about Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is legitimately the most talented big man. Like, I guess he's just the most gifted, like size and skill level overall. Like, I want to say he's like Tim Duncan in a Shaq body almost. So he's got the Tim Duncan skills. He's got the power. He's powerful. He's a pretty strong guy, real big guy, real powerful. So I really like him. And Philly pushed through. I guess today's is going to be a short episode, but my last topic is going to be on John Wall. John Wall, man. Well, Washington Wizards in general. They're going into the playoffs. I don't expect them to do anything in the playoffs this year. John Wall, man, I've been feeling this way and saying this for a long time now. John Wall, in my opinion, is the second, well, until Ben Simmons, has been the second most talented individual in the Eastern Conference behind LeBron James. And I always felt like if he just put his mind to it, he'd be locked in. Like, I felt like everything you see James Harden doing now, John Wall could do that. But the difference is he's actually a great defender. And I feel like John Wall, had he either been put into the system or just put into the mindset that he could just dominate and he can take control of games, John Wall could have been something special. But I think at this time, it's time for Washington to start making moves, man. Like, they've been playing this game for too long. So I'm thinking John Wall or Bradley Beal have to go. They have to go with a new system, a new look, man. Like, but I would definitely want to see. I like to see John Wall be more aggressive, man. I want to see him in the top 5 in scoring. Like one of these years. Like, we know he's a great passer, but I think he can do so much more. Like I said, everything you see James Harden doing, John Wall can do that same thing, but I think he may even be better at it. He's gotta apply himself, man. He's gotta do it. And Washington, man, that lineup. I don't know how much longer that lineup can last and how much longer the fans can deal with it. But I'm looking forward to seeing something happen with that in the near future. That's all I have for today. Again, playoffs starting this week. I don't know who your favorite teams are. My team is OKC. We got Golden State Warriors. I'm happy about it. Not even scared about it. And I am a betting man. So I'll be talking to who I need to talk to about that. But yeah, man, this week should be fun, man. Finally, and then tonight we have the matchup for Denver versus Minnesota for that 8th seed. Tough matchup, given some of the injuries that Denver has, being Gary Harris has been injured. I'm going to give the edge to Minnesota because, they got Jimmy Butler back. They have their full lineup. And, Karl Anthony Towns is no joke. I feel like tonight they're going to be locked in. And their defense, when they turn it up, they can be an elite defense. So Minnesota's most likely going to be in that 8th seed, and they'll have a hell of a matchup going into the first round of the playoffs with the Houston Rockets. That could be a challenge for the Rockets as well. So no sleeping. This year's playoffs will be exciting. That's a fact. And OKC, Thunder up. Go Philly in the East. And let's enjoy these playoffs, man. Let's enjoy it. First of all, let's enjoy tonight's game because the playoff atmosphere starts tonight with Minnesota and Denver. So that's all I have for today, guys. Have a great day. And man, just listen, comment, like, share, show love. Man, we're just gonna continue. I'm gonna continue to do my best to make things better and better. I got some positive feedback from that first episode, and I'm looking forward to whatever criticism, whatever you have from me. I'm just looking forward to it. So thanks. This is episode 2, and there's a lot more to come. And hopefully I get to collaborate and I get to speak to, interview, and speak with a lot of people. I have a lot of names in mind and a lot of information that I want to get out there for you guys. So thanks, man. Peace out. Richie B. Thanks, man. Just look for me on Instagram, Richie B _TSM, the trifecta. Just check me out also on the Anchor app, which is just download the Anchor app. You can check me out, listen to this podcast, the audio version on the Anchor app, and that's what's up. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Peace.